Over the past 3 years, I have been using this channel to document my journey to financial independence before turning 30 years old and to hopefully inspire and help other people retire early. But things are changing, so in this video I want to talk about why I am making a change as well as what to expect going forward. And really the reason that things are changing is because of a conversation I had with one of you all. So earlier this year, around I think April or May, I started doing coaching calls. And I've had around 85 to 90 calls at this point, but the conversation that really ended up changing the trajectory of this channel was one of the first ones that I did. And the reason it changed things so much for me is it was a call with somebody, I'll call them Jay for this video, that's not their real name, but I'll call them Jay. And what was really important about this conversation is that Jay was not trying to retire early. So Jay was somebody who was a few decades into their career, but they were just still trying to learn how to control their money. They were somebody who really struggled with leaving money in a savings account instead of spending it. They struggled to keep up with their credit card bills, and they were going into more and more credit card debt pretty consistently. At this point, what they really needed to do is to start saving for retirement. So trying to retire early just wasn't their goal at all. And the reason that this call with Jay was so interesting to me is because up to this point, really none of my videos were made for somebody like Jay. All of my videos were made for people like me right before I learned about the financial independence movement. All of my videos were focused on people who wanted to retire early, not work a traditional career, all of that. But I realized that people like Jay were the people I could help the most. I think that call I had with Jay, and it went way longer than it was booked for. I think it was supposed to be a 30-minute call. I think we talked for like 90 minutes. I know that call made a huge difference in the future of Jay's finances. So that's when I realized I really needed to make a change to the type of videos I was making, because even though Jay was somebody I could make the biggest difference for, I really wasn't making videos for people like them. And over the last few years, as I have been documenting my journey to financial independence, I think I've sort of attracted two different types of audiences. One, which I think is probably by far the largest, is other like-minded people, other frugal, good savers, people who don't feel like they need to spend a lot. There's not that many people who are trying to retire early nearly as fast as I am, but there's still a lot of people who are drawn to this movement, and I think that's a lot of the types of people who watch these videos. And many of these people are already doing a lot of things right. These people are already saving thousands of dollars per year, or they're aggressively paying off debt. What that really means is that I don't feel like I can help these people as much. Hopefully I can provide some sort of encouragement, but at the end of the day, they're already doing 80% of the stuff right. And honestly, maybe the most valuable thing I can provide is just a sense of community, which is actually why I created my community. It's called the Saver Circle. You can join it, there's a link in the description, and it's completely free for people who want to hang out, go through their financial journeys together with other like-minded people. But then there's other people who watch my videos who are more like Jay. These are people who want to make a change to how they manage their money, but they need a little more help. So this is people who struggle to leave money in a savings account without spending it. People who struggle to not put more and more bills on their credit card every month. People who have never learned how to invest because they've always just been trying to stay afloat. And these are the people I feel like I can help the most, because if you're already a frugal person, then maybe, just maybe, by watching my videos, I can help you go from saving, say, $2,000 a month to $2,500 a month. That's great. That'll make a big difference in your goals, but it's not really a life-changing difference, I don't think. But if I can help somebody go from going into $500 more of credit card debt every month back to not going into more debt, so just from minus 500 to zero, that is a huge life-changing difference. And if I can help somebody go from saving nothing to saving their first $500 a month, again, that's a life-changing difference. It makes a huge difference in when you reach your goals, because if you're saving nothing or if you're spending more than you make, then you will never reach your goals without making a big change. So even if I can help two people save an extra $500 a month, for some people, that's a life-changing difference. And for other people, that really doesn't change anything. So I had that conversation with Jay back in May, and it's a few months later now, and this has sort of been on the back of my mind. But around July, I started working with a few more people like Jay to see how I could really help these people. And just worked with a few people at the start, but I was really happy with how much of a difference I felt like I could help them make to their finances. So I made a video about my friend Grant. When I first started working with him, he was saving almost nothing. He had over $1,000 of credit card debt, tens of thousands of dollars of student loans, and well over $10,000 left on his vehicle loan. But within just a month of us working together, he went from saving maybe a couple $100s a month in a good month to now he's consistently saving $500 to $800 a month, every single month. At the same time, I started working with Vivian. Vivian was also spending more money than she made every single month, and she had over $15,000 of credit card debt. But after 1 month of working together, she started saving an extra $1,000 a month, and she's on track to be out of credit card debt early next year. And another example, I started working with Latoya, and once again, Latoya had tens of thousands of dollars of debt. But after 1 month of working together, she was saving an extra $800 a month. So as much as I love talking about early retirement and reaching financial freedom, and as much as I love talking about myself and my own journey to financial freedom, at the end of the day, the people I can help the most by far are people like Grant, like Vivian, like Latoya, people who need to get control of their money, get out of credit card debt, and start making those first changes to truly change the trajectory of their lives. At the same time, I've also felt that my journey is becoming increasingly unrelatable because really everything is going right for me to reach financial independence before I turn 30. I earn a ridiculous amount of money working at Amazon, and I'm also ridiculously frugal, at least by US standards, I would say. So I don't want people to think that documenting my life is any indication of how I expect other people to live. And certainly the results that I'm achieving is not what other people are going to achieve. It's very unrealistic for most people to achieve financial freedom before turning 30 years old. And that was really never the point of this channel, but it's what I knew and it's what I could talk about. But what I really would like to see happen, and the results that truly inspire me, is helping people begin their savings journeys, finally take control of their money, and start building the habits that will literally change lives. So that is the change that you're going to see. I'm gonna make a lot less videos about retiring early. I'm not gonna make as many videos even about my own journey to financial freedom. And what you'll see me make a lot more videos about is how I would help somebody who has never successfully been able to save money and build those habits actually get started. And that means changing your relationship with money. It means changing your mindset about money. And it actually has a lot less to do with particular savings tips or anything like that. I will still share the tactical strategies of how I spend so little. I think sometimes those are helpful, but I really don't think it's as important as many people would like to think. Saving money really is much more of a mental thing than it is the strategies. And this is also why you'll see me talk a lot more about working directly with people on this channel, because as helpful as I hope these videos are, what I've realized from working with people like Grant, Vivian, Latoya, as well as others, is that information often is not the issue. All of those people, almost everybody I've worked with, knew what they should do. The real challenge for a lot of people with saving is not knowing what to do, it's having the accountability and the motivation to actually do it. So what I've found most rewarding for myself is to actually work directly with people and actually help them stay accountable to their savings goals, set challenges for themselves, build the habits they actually need, and truly make changes to their life. And I like this for a few reasons. One, again, it's very rewarding. That makes me feel good when I get to see that the stuff I talk about actually helps people. That's something I wouldn't get just making YouTube videos talking to people in the comments. It's something I only get when I work directly with people. At the same time, I think it's what is needed for people to make real changes to their lives, especially if saving more money is something that you've struggled with for a very long time. For a lot of people, they've been trying to save more money for 10 or 20 years. This is something they've never been able to do on their own. That's when having an extra push, extra accountability can really help. And that is what I try to provide for people. But the third benefit of this is that not only do I get to work with people and see the impacts of this work, not only is it more effective for the people I actually work with than just watching YouTube videos, at the same time, it means I get to learn a lot of very powerful lessons about what does actually work, what has worked for these people, and then I get to bring them to you in these YouTube videos. So I am going to try to work with a lot more people in the coming months and hopefully years, especially as I finish out grad school this December. I should hopefully have a little more time. And so this is going to be a very big priority for me, especially in 2026, is to work with more people directly. If that's something that sounds interesting, I'll leave a link in the description that talks a little more about how I actually work with people. But something I'll say now is that I care a lot about actually helping people save more money. And this is a paid thing. I cannot work one-on-one with people for free, but tell everybody this. If it doesn't help you save more money, I will literally give you your money back. So check it out. So my videos will still very much be about the tremendous power of frugality. That will not change. But certainly the type of person I make these videos for, the type of person I envision watching these videos and gaining value from them, that will change. If you're already a better than average saver, then I don't know if the future videos that I'm going to make will be that helpful to you. I hope they still are, but they may not be. But if you're somebody who really feels like you overspend, feels like you waste money and you are trying to spend less, or somebody who just feels like you don't have control with your money and if you make it, you spend it, then I think the videos that I'm going to make in the future are going to be much more applicable and much more useful for you. And if you'd like to see an example of the types of videos that I plan to make in the future, then you might want to watch this video that's popping up on screen right now. It is about one of my favorite books that I have read, and there are so many lessons that I want to share from that book with you. I hope you like it. I'll see you next time.